Welcome back, everybody. This is Mog on Mog's Cast once more, playing some XCOM Enemy Unknown with you guys today. This is going to be episode 12, I do believe. Yeah. And it looks like we are just jumping into a set of abductions here. And
we're tracking several reported abductions via the hologlobe. I've got the coordinates locked in.
Thanks, Central. I think we're going to probably have to go for France here because of its panic levels. Even though I'd kind of like to get this new assault, or even the engineers would be good. I think we are going to have to do France to make sure they don't panic. Or at least go into full panic. I mean, scientists aren't a bad reward. They help with your research times and everything, but they're not as critical or as important to as many things as engineers are. So let's take a look here. I think we might do some switching up. I don't entirely know if I want to bring the Squatty Torres. If we have somebody available, I might switch him. But let's see. So David Griffin, he is doing good so far. There isn't much that we can change on him, so we're just kind of taking a look. He does have the shredder rocket, holo targeting, and whatnot. I went with holo targeting because it does do like gives an aim bonus to everybody else on your team when they take shots at people. So it's a good ability to have if they're going to be on your front line, since they most likely would be taking first shots. So switching in a scope on David so he gets a little more accurate, taking away, what was that, the arc pack? Or was that, or arc thrower? What did he have? I didn't see there before it skipped ahead, that's fine. Let's see, and I think, yeah, Torres is the only one who's actually been leveled up at anything that's available currently because of our dudes that are wounded. So, are we gonna switch back to the arc thrower? Scope might not be a bad idea, but alright. So I guess David Griffin, the prototype, is going to have the arc thrower. And we're going to go with that. Excuse me. So flying up here, we're going to France. Where in France are we going, though? Let's see. Looks like
France is sending an urgent mission request.
How do you say that?
We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity in a major metropolitan area.
Is that silent?
Get down there and
Marcella? I don't think that's right. That's fine. This is Operation Broken Stroke for whatever reason. And yeah, we're just coming down here. It looks like this is going to be a highway, but not the overpass highway.
Strike one is cleared to engage hostile targets.
Looks like it's just a standard.
Watch your backs out there, people.
Standard wide highway for this map. So I think that's what we're going for. It's not going to be as thin as the last mission, the terror mission we did on the freeway overpass. So this is a lot bigger. It's much more wide and open as opposed to a directed map. So we got to be a little more careful because guys can come in and ask for more angles. So let's take a look. Mog, where are we going to move you? Right up behind this car. Probably drop you into Overwatch, I would think. Yeah. Okay, and then Jeremy Williams, we're gonna move over up next to Mog here as well, taking cover behind this vehicle. Now Alex Anders and Torres and David, we're all gonna move around. I don't want to keep them all bunched up just yet because we do need to spread out and actually start finding enemies. So let's see, bring up David Prototype, David Griffin up to this car, and last but not least we got Bishop Alex Anders. I keep doing that. That's my bad. Let's take a look. Do we hear anything from enemies in the area? Doesn't look like it, so we're just gonna get right back to our turn and keep moving along. Up to the side of the vehicle here. I think at this point I noticed that truck up ahead of us with a ladder, and I think I kind of want to get Mog up on top of that because it gives a good field of view as well as giving an advantage for being on higher ground. So it's not a bad way to go, and I just misclicked there and put him out in the open. I meant to actually get him behind cover, so I have to use his other turn there to drop him back into at least some cover. So we're bringing Torres back over, because I am going to start refocusing our guys toward this edge of the map. Do we hear anything now? Still nothing, so we're going to take Mog, and he can get up onto the roof now, so let's go ahead and do that. So we got two floaters that have showed up. These are the first enemies of this map, so we're going to try to take these guys out, and since we didn't dash Mog, he should still have a shot. 72 and 95, I think we're going to take that 95, and make it a headshot just to make sure we get a kill. There we go, that is one down. And okay, so we got 4 more guys we can move here. We can see if we can get this other one down so he can't shoot at Mog, but It is what it is. That is going to be a miss with a 42% chance. I kind of foresaw that one coming. Moving Alex Anders up. Does he have a shot at 36%? We're going to take it. And another miss. Obviously, that's going to happen a lot with chances like that. Now, the reason I did that is because we do want to try to get these guys killed, or this guy killed if we can, so that he can't take pot shots. Because even if they're low chances, they do still have a chance to shoot. Now, will we be able to move up David here and still take a shot? I think we are going to go like this. But nope, that didn't work. He can't see us, thankfully, but if he comes out and moves, he'll be able to shoot David or Mom without any sort of cover. And 3 more floaters for a total of 4 now. So Captain Griffin does get a reaction shot here and gets a kill, so he does actually get that kill. That was a good reaction shot. Now we got our floaters moving in. Let's see what they do. It is back to our turn, thankfully. So we got 3 in the open right now. We need to get these guys finished off. So 100% chance there, 80% chance on the one floating closer to Mog, but I don't know if I want to take that. So I think we're just going to take this because it's a good hit. But I think we're going to hold off and see if we can finish up some of these other guys without 62% chance. That's going to be a miss, unfortunately. Let's see. We've got Alex Anders. We're going to move him up and see if we can take another shot here with a better percentage. 56%, 56%, and 76%. I think we're going to take that 76%, I would think. But we do kind of want to get these ones out of the air, so we might settle for that lower percentage. Tis a question for the ages which way to go with this. We are going to go for the 56%, and we are going to get a hit, but not a kill. So that's unfortunate. He had 1 health left. So we definitely need to get some damage dealt. 47%. Doesn't seem terribly worth it. So let's see. I think we're going to move up to this side and see if we can get a better, closer attack on these guys. Or are we just going to do it? We're just going to go for it, I think. That's going to be a miss. That's to be expected.
That is not good.
And David Prototype Griffin is going to have a chance to move here and see if he can take some shots. Moving right on this side. He still has everybody in view, so let's see what we got. 51, 71. I think we should take that. And that is going to be a kill. So now, we still have Mog to take a shot. Do we shoot the one that's full health or the one that we can finish off for sure if we get a hit? I think we're going to do the full health and just hope. It's going to be my thoughts. If we can get them all taken care of. Or are we going to run back? Are we gonna ditch on this? I think it might not be a bad idea. That's going to be a good call. I think that's going to be playing it safe. I hadn't even considered that motion just now. Of course, rewatching this and whatnot. But that isn't a bad move. It makes them come in closer to us and makes them lose their advantage of having him out in the open.
That thing's gonna blow.
Oh, sorry about that. Just grabbing a drink of my coffee and smacked the microphone just a hair. So are we going to run him back up? I don't think we should just yet. Let's see what we can do. 67%, we're going to take that, and it looks like we're going to get a kill. That is Squatty Torres, or is that Corporal Torres now? I don't remember. It is Torres. Izzy Torres got the kill there. 51% chance with David Griffin, and he is going to get a kill too. So that's going to finish up that little group there. And we did take a little bit of damage, but overall we're good. I need to move Alex away from that vehicle before it explodes, but the real question is, will I remember? So Overwatch with Mog here, and thankfully it looks like we might be looking at Alex here. Or no, that's Alex. So let's run him back away from there. Even though he's out in the open, he won't take damage from the exploding vehicle over here at least. So he's going to drop a heal, take advantage of the situation, and get that guy back up to decent health. That's Torres. There goes the vehicle. Expecting that one to happen for sure. So let's see. Moving on up to the east side. I don't know where that came from. We're going to keep pressing on the highway here and see if we can get into our next encounter while we still maintain good cover. What I'm planning here is I think we're pretty much just going to stack everybody up behind this truck with all full cover, and of course for whatever reason Alex decides to go over the top of the vehicle and drop down into position. That's just called, he's overworking it. That's okay. Do another one, and it looks like Torres has the same idea. And is Griffin gonna be a tool? He is gonna be a tool. So he needs to get back there, and he also needs to reload. But we're not gonna be able to do it this turn because because he just dashed over here. But that's okay, they're all in position, they're all full cover. This would be a terrible time for somebody to drop grenades on us. Just terrible. We would get screwed pretty hard, but it looks like we got the pass. We didn't have to worry too much about it. Moving up Mog to the corner, and he's taking a look around, doesn't see anybody, so Overwatch it is. And then Jeremy Williams, we're going to move up and hopefully reload some of these guys so everybody's ready. Oh, not move up, we're just going to reload, that's fine.
Ready to engage.
Everybody reloads, except Mom. He only shot once, so he still had shots on his gun. But I think it's going to be his turn to possibly do a reload. Since I was reloading everybody, I usually like to top everybody off at the same time. But that is fine. Let's see if we can run a guy up here to the car, which may not be a great idea because it's a dashing movement. And yeah, so we got some thin men. Thankfully, it's only 2 that we triggered here, so we shouldn't be in too bad of a position. These guys should fall pretty easy. So David Griffin, where are we gonna put you? Might be a good idea to start moving toward these guys, like with this truck here. So we are gonna take the truck, and it does provide full cover. So we're gonna get up a little closer. Let's take Mog Shepard and see if he's just gonna stick him in Overwatch. Jeremy Williams, what do I want to do with the medics? Should we bring the medics up front? I think we're going to bring a medic. We might leave Alex Anders back here behind the vehicle so that he can provide additional support to Mog as the sniper. So let's see, are they going to take some shots? They are going to take some shots. And that was a miss, but they did damage that vehicle, so it hasn't caught fire yet, but it just might soon. They're going to take another shot at Torres here, and once again hit that car. This time it is now on fire, so it's going to pop next turn. So moving up Mog, Shepard, let's see where we can put you. Of course we can't jump to cover, unfortunately, or at least too good cover, without dashing at this point, so I think it might be a good idea to get back up on top here. It'll be out of their field of view, but if they come into the field of view, he'll have a big range to hit with. Alex Anders, we're going to dash you. I think we are going to dash you up behind this vehicle. And looks like Torres, he's going to fall back behind this vehicle too.
With what we've seen so far, it was only natural to assume the aliens would have something specialized towards frontline combat.
But we are going to go into Overwatch.
This hulking creature appears to be that unit.
I don't envy anyone who is to go up against that thing.
Looks like that's going to be one of the heavy units that we haven't seen just yet. Testing out the rocket, seeing if we got the range to get it over there. Not just yet. Doesn't look like we have triggered them yet, which is good. They haven't noticed us. So we've only basically just seen their hulking, shadowy figure in the background. And yeah, these guys are going to be kind of a pain, if I recall. And there goes that vehicle. Well, let's see what happens here. The Muton's going to get triggered. Oh, I'm sorry. That is what they're called, Mutons. And it looks like there was a few more back there too. So unfortunately you haven't been able to see them just yet. I'm actually surprised we've seen them because of them basically not having triggered at all, which is odd to me. I think we're going to drop you into Overwatch, Mog, and leave you up top here. So if anybody approaches our team, he'll get a reaction shot, at least one. Well, only one, but still. It's not a bad way to go. Can we heal the 2? Do we need to? I don't think so. So let's see, where do we go? We're going to run Torres back? I think so. Basically running them back in so that we don't trigger that one Muton that was closer to us up the street just a little ways. Because I'd prefer not to have to deal with them while still fighting the Thin Men and this new group over here too. So it looks like they aren't doing much, so we're going to probably have to start moving ahead. So pulling Mog down off the truck. Unfortunately, he didn't do much action up there, though it was a decent position. But we are just getting into a better position so that we can possibly get a flank on those Thin Men. But we shall see how this goes. It all depends, of course, on what they've done during their turns and whatnot. And how much we can actually move while still being effective before triggering them. So everybody's getting moved up. And we are just basically regrouping. So what are they going to do? Do we hear them? Do they start moving? We do hear some motion over there.
There's
probably the Thin Men. Because these guys haven't moved, it looks like. Mog Shepard, what can we do with you? Tosh you on top of this truck, maybe? Yep, we're definitely going to take advantage of that high ground. See if we can get some shots. Doesn't look like anything yet, but we can do an overwatch up here. Run up to these cones, maybe. Yep, we can do it with David. So I think we're going to take advantage of that. Drop him into overwatch with his machine gun. Jeremy Williams up behind the barrier and the... are we just going to toss you behind the truck? We're just going to go behind the truck for full cover. That's fine. Overwatch there. Alex Anders is going to move up to the truck for full cover too, and I think he's going to push up toward the cab. And Torres is probably going to be right behind him with another overwatch. Now the idea here is to keep your guys, of course, in cover, but still allowing them a decent chance to fire, because of course you can't just win by taking cover. I mean, it really helps, but you do need to get some good shots. So it's a whole risk-averse reward thing. Mog Shepherd still no shot, but they do look like they stepped. Did they move just a hair? So we're just going to step ahead just a little bit and overwatch. I basically don't want to trigger these guys without getting a chance at a shot.
Come on, time to cowboy.
And we are going to actually use a health pack on Torres, get him fully healed. Even though it wasn't the best use that you could do with a med kit, it wasn't a full heal off the med kit, it only used half the power of the med kit, it still means that our guy is back up to full strength. So I think that's worth it, because we do have 6 med packs on this map. And there they are just chilling. I'm surprised those thin men haven't came back, honestly. Move one more up, and there we go. We triggered them, but we will get a reaction. We'll have a chance to fire. And they're moving in on us too, so they're coming up close. And we're going to take a shot with Mog here. Probably a headshot we're going to go for. 85% with a headshot. I think that's totally worth it. Yeah, 55%. Which one should we take out, though? The one further back? I think that's what we're going to do. That's one down. So that's the new mutant. So that's a corpse for us to interrogate, or to autopsy. And we get a miss here with Jeremy Williams. That is okay. That's not a huge deal. Or at least get taken, or having them do some firing. So moving up Alexander's right behind here, seeing if we can get a smoke grenade. I think we're going to drop a smoke grenade so that Mog at least has some defensive bonus. Right up on top there if we can get it. It's going to be good. Right there. Excuse me. So, okay. He'll get a little defensive bonus for this. It's not like he has cover or anything, so every little bit helps. 37%, that's not going to do the trick. But a rocket in here possibly could. And I think that might be worth it. But not out the backside. We should just go straight up the middle here if we can get it. Right now, we'd have to fire a little past and have the splash radius hit our enemy. Blow up that car just to make sure that it connects. Otherwise it was just going to be free floating in air where we were aiming it. So we're taking this shot and seeing if we can get this mutant. Yep, that helped. We blew up 2 vehicles, did some damage to the other one too. So that was a very useful rocket. So thank you there, Prototype, the Griffin. So he gets another shot here, I think, and at this point, like, I didn't realize. I was kind of waiting for it to switch to the next guy, and then I was like, why can't I do this? It's because I forgot he gets a second shot if he hasn't moved, so that's one more down. And what I'd like to do at this point is possibly, because I remember we do have an arc thrower on David here, so I think what I want to do is get this guy all captured, if we can do it.
What was that sound?
Okay, so who are we going to bring in first? Who can trigger this overwatch? And he does have a stun, I just noticed there. So we need to start moving up. But we need to get into a good range, because you can't use it after you dash, anything like that. So you have to be able to move in your normal short range and then get up in close to their, into their faces and use the arc thrower. So Mog Shepherd getting moved back a little bit, as with Torres and Alex Anders. We're trying to draw him away. So we're pulling back our forces while still trying to basically get a chance at capturing this mutant. We're basically, falling back. Hopefully he'll follow us, and he'll fall right into a trap close enough for David Prototype Griffin to get him. So he's hunkering down. Everybody else is chilling. Can they come after us? Is he gonna make a move? Doesn't look like it. We don't know if he dropped him in Overwatch either. Is he falling back? I hope not. Oh, he came up on us, so that's perfect. So Prototype here is definitely going to jump in and get a stun. 80% chance. We're going to take that.
Aye, aye.
Now we can begin preparing for the interrogation.
Sweet. So we got a muton ready to interrogate, as well as corpses to perform an autopsy on. And the cool thing about that is we chose South America as their starting base, so we have the instant autopsies and interrogations, and they provide bonuses and like speed bonuses to research to make things go faster. So as you're interrogating and doing these things instantly, you're also getting speed ups on other technologies too. So moving everybody back into position here as we get ready to keep moving. What I'd like to do at this point is I do have one stun left, and I'd like to capture one of those thin men too, because we haven't captured anything. That muton was our first capture of this game. We haven't captured a sectoid yet or anything else. So they're taking a pistol shot. It looks like they're going to get a connection on us. Damn thin man. 3 damage of our 10, so that's, I mean, it's a chunk, but it's not debilitating just yet. So Mog is probably going to drop into Overwatch here since he doesn't have a view on the enemy just yet. And we're down to Izzy Torres. He's going to Overwatch. David is going to run up to, I think, full cover here. And not to the other edge, because that way he doesn't trigger any Overwatches that might be lurking around the corner if he went all the way to that open corner and had a shot. So Jeremy, let's see, we're just going to Overwatch you. And Alec Anders, what should we do with you? Dash you up to that cone. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, are they going to move in on us? That's the real question here. Doesn't look like it. They're just chilling, hanging out, making sure that they have cover, because, I mean, enemies do play decently. This is, of course, like as I've mentioned previously, it is on easy, and I know. Trust me, I know. But this was like my first actual playthrough of this game, and I wanted to learn, so I did it on easy, but I also wanted to start recording. But yeah, this is on easy, so the AI isn't great, but I mean, they make decent decisions sometimes. Like, I can't say that muton running up on us was a very smart decision, but, you know, they do. Especially, like, I played last night with a buddy of mine, who's another YouTuber, kind of. He's been starting his channel. He's got some videos up. He did a bunch of Fallout New Vegas, I think, and he posted those up, but he doesn't have a great microphone, so he didn't do any audio commentary. It's just playthrough, which I mean, some people like that. They just enjoy like watching the game progress and whatnot, but I've been trying to get him into commentary. So like we did a co-commentary on a multiplayer match on XCOM just the other day that I need to get encoding here hopefully today. It's going to be 2 episodes. We did 2 matches that we recorded, one previous to that while we were testing out audio and everything. And so I got him to chat with me a little bit there, and yeah, share in the commentary. Unfortunately, I was the only one recording, so he doesn't have anything from his perspective, so it's all on my side, watching my characters move, and then him hidden in the background, but talking to us through TeamSpeak. But yeah, so we are coming in on this thing. This might be the last couple enemies. That's 1 down. We have 1 more that has 2 health. We need to move up David if we want to capture him. And we don't want to do Overwatches, because if they move, we could kill them. Which I realize now, and I was like, crap, I hope we really get the capture on this one, because that's what we need. Are we going to start moving people around? We need to move David up and get this capture. He can do it. He can move right into position. And close enough to fire that arc thrower, so we should definitely take advantage of that. And it looks like he's going to. So jump up. Let's get this done. 80% on this guy. And there we are. But yeah, so as I was saying, like, I know I want to go back through on a more difficult mission. We actually, what I was trying to get to about mentioning the other multiplayer match is that we also had a competition last night when we were playing on talking on Steam. I unlocked Second Wave after beating the game on normal mode, so I get a bunch of extra options to turn on, and I'll tell you about it in a sec. So Bishop, Alex Anders, got promoted to Lieutenant. He is getting the revive ability here because he's going to be one of our dedicated medics. We have multiple and extremely useful classes. And Squatty Torres is bumped up to Corporal now. So is he going to get Bullet Swarm, get the extra firing, or is he going to take Hollow Targeting? We're going to see what Bullet Swarm looks like. So they got their bumps up.
I know it wasn't easy, but this could really be a turning point in our research.
And we got a chance to do a muton autopsy and interrogate a muton and a thin man.
But bringing an alien back alive provides us with a much better understanding of their physiology. Impressive work indeed. Preparations in the containment facility are well underway.
Thank you, Dr. Rollins.
Remember,
We will be watching.
So we have a lot of shit going on. Canada, Mexico, South Africa, Nigeria, Japan, and Australia are very close to full panic. So we need to start worrying about getting our satellites up and running, launching other things, and dropping our panic levels where we can. This month might get a little tricky with what was that, 6 countries that are one step away from losing.
Immediately. I'm confident we can safely house it within the containment facility, but I can't say for how long.
Jesus. Okay, thank you.
This is the most physically aggressive specimen we've discovered so far, which the troops fondly refer to as the muton. I can only assume there's a colorful backstory for such a designation.
Great. So, yeah, we played a match, or well, we didn't play a match, but we did a little competition to see who could get through the first mission on impossible difficulty Iron Man with all of the second wave options enabled, and we both did it. Extremely difficult. I ended up making it through first, but I only had 1 agent left by the end, and he ended up taking on like 3 sectoids that were closing on him, and it was just him at that point, but he ended up taking them out. And Jeremy, well, sorry, I'll have to cut that out. My buddy that we played with
better than expected.
Made it out on his second try with 3 agents
I was
alive.
able to extract some new
So it's tough, but definitely doable. That mode would just be ridiculous, I think, if we could do that, or if I end up doing an impossible mode for my next playthrough. I kind of just want to do classic because it's not quite as nuts.
And what exactly was our late friend thinking about?
But yeah, I'll let you guys watch this. My bad.
Image appeared in the creature's thought pattern several times throughout the procedure.
We've already met that thing, Doctor. This is hardly the kind of breakthrough we were...
And there was a neural link in the creature's mind between this image and this one.
That's the thing that pulled a disappearing act when we shot down our first UFO. And let me guess, you want to poke around in its head too.
It is the next piece of the puzzle. And this time, instead of shooting it, I suggest we try to capture it alive.
Try to capture an outsider, like I should have done previously on one of those UFO crashes, I suppose. That's fine. So we can still interrogate our muton here, and give us some good research. I do like these instant researches. It really does come in handy. It truly does do tons for you. And he is just pissed. Look at him. He's ready to break some faces. Yep, close that shielding. Probably a good idea. Plasma weaponry research credit earned, so we can start getting faster research on plasma-based weapons. So light plasma rifles, 7 days, as opposed to like some of these like other ones that would be a bit higher. UFO power source has 1 day to go, so that's nearly finished. Not a bad thing to get done. So I think we're gonna drop back, head to the mission control room, and probably take a look here. But we're checking out our units. We got 4 people that are out at the moment. So if we get a mission, we're gonna be hurt, and we'll have a couple new folk, which is fine. We can make do, but it gets tricky. UFO power source is finished. Let's assign some new research since we can now make the Illyrium generator. That's gonna probably be a good thing to get going because they offer a ton of power for your base. When you're using those, especially as opposed to like a normal power generator. What do we want to start? I think either light plasma rifle or maybe Illyrium might not be a bad route to go. Not skip out and leave everything. What are we gonna choose? I think, yeah, light plasma rifle. It's not a bad thing. We have gotten one from stunning that thin man. He dropped it, so we kept that.
Detected.
And we got a Sky Ranger, so we'll come back at you guys next time. Cheers.